Hi, I'm Darren Bean. I'm an auditor investigator at the Real Estate Council of BC. Council auditors visit brokerages around the province, examining books and records to make sure that real estate professionals are complying with the requirements under the Real Estate Services Act. One of the requirements under the Act is that real estate professionals who are representing sellers must make a disclosure to their clients with every offer they present. I'm here today to talk to you about that disclosure form. It's called the Disclosure to Sellers of Expected Remuneration. First, let's talk about that word remuneration. Basically, it means payment, any form of payment, a commission, a referral fee, or a bonus. In 2016, an independent advisor group looked at the ways to improve the practice and regulation of real estate in BC. The group recommended that sellers should get more information about how their real estate professional will benefit from each offer they receive for their property. This will help sellers to have confidence that their real estate professional is giving them advice with only their interests in mind. Based on this recommendation, BC's Superintendent of Real Estate made a rule that real estate professionals must use the Disclosure to Sellers of Expected Remuneration form each time they present an offer to their seller clients. The rule set out specifically what must be included in the form and directed the Real Estate Council to develop it. You can find the rule in Section 5-11.1 of the Real Estate Rules made under the Real Estate Services Act. The Disclosure to Sellers of Expected Remuneration is a 3-page form that sellers must receive along with each offer or counter-offer from a prospective buyer that is presented to them. Later in this video, we'll go over some of the situations where consumers must receive this disclosure form from a real estate professional. Let's start by taking a look at the form itself. The first page contains an information piece for consumers called Payment for Real Estate Services: What Sellers Need to Know. The section informs the consumers that real estate professionals are required to disclose to their clients how they will be paid for their services. It also explains that commissions are paid by the sellers to the real estate professional's brokerage and that real estate professionals receive payment from the brokerage. It explains to the seller the total commission that the listing brokerage will receive if the offer is accepted and how it will be split with any cooperating brokerage. It also informs the seller of any other payment you will receive or expect to receive as a result of the trade. This is intended to ensure that sellers clearly understand how their licensee would be compensated and how remuneration could vary on different offers. While consumers are under no obligation to accept any offer, real estate professionals are required by law to bring all written offers to their clients for consideration unless otherwise instructed by their clients. The next page contains information on the specific details of the offer that they will be reviewing, including the address of the property, name of the real estate professional, listing brokerage, name of potential buyer, potential buyer's brokerage, date of the offer, purchase price. It then includes the following sections: the total payment that the listing brokerage would receive if the offer is accepted, how the payment would be shared with any cooperating brokerage, the payment that would be kept by the listing brokerage, any other payment the licensee will receive or expects to receive as a result of the trade. When you complete those sections, remember that the remuneration that is being disclosed to the consumer must be expressed as a dollar amount and may not be made as a percentage. On the next 2 pages are checklists to confirm that the information in the form has been provided to the consumer. Consumers can choose whether they want to fill out and sign the form. Real estate professionals must fill out the mandatory licensee section of the form, sign it, and return the form to their brokerage. Even if a consumer chooses not to sign the form, it is important for the real estate professional to document that the form was provided. It is a good idea to use the form's checklist to make sure that all of the important topics have been covered. Are there any further questions that need to be discussed? Remember, the goal of the form is to ensure that consumers are fully informed of the expected remuneration that the brokerage will receive if they accept an offer. It is always the consumer's right to decide whether or not to accept an offer. So let's talk about the situations when the Disclosure to Sellers of Expected Remuneration must be used. This disclosure must be given to consumer each time you present an offer to your seller client. This includes all counter offers coming from a potential buyer to your seller client. In multiple offer situations, you can make the written disclosure to your seller client after the buyer's agents have presented the offers, but before your client accepts any of the offers. You must present a disclosure to seller of expected remuneration form for each offer and make all of the disclosures before the seller accepts any of the offers. If any of the buyers make a counter offer, you must make a new disclosure based on the buyer's countered price before the seller accepts any offer. Licensees acting for lessors of property are not required to make the disclosure to sellers of expected remuneration. If you have questions about the disclosure requirements introduced by the Superintendent of Real Estate, the Council has lots of information and resources to help guide you. Visit our website at www.recbc.ca to find answers to your questions.